Hi everyone, my name is Tania Ahmed and today I am sharing a video on how to make stencil cards using Grafix Clear-Lay. Now Grafix Clear-Lay is an acetate substitute which is durable, archival and acid-free, and it comes in a variety of colors. I've got some blue Clear-Lay here, and it comes in colors of red, yellow, green and blue, as you can see in the picture. And what's really good about it is that it is easy to cut with a knife, but it won't tear, which makes it an ideal film to use to make stencils. So I'm going to be creating a 2-layer stencil, which means that one of my stencil parts will be the outline and the other part will form the design. So you can create as many layers of stencils as you would like, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be making a 2-layer stencil. So to start off, I have a simple heart outline that I cut out with a piece of scrap paper, and then I am tracing it out with a permanent marker like a Sharpie, or twice on 2 pieces of the Clear-Lay, and then I am cutting out one of the outlines with a craft knife. Now make sure that your craft knife is very sharp before you start cutting. This will ensure that you have clean cut lines and that both your stencil outlines line up. For the outline part of my stencil, I made a small cut using a craft knife, and then I'm using scissors to cut out the rest of the outline so that I have a solid shape. I like that the Clear-Lay is translucent, which means that I can easily see what's underneath, and this will help me to line up my design, as we will see further along in the video. Now for my design, I am keeping it simple. So keep in mind that the more intricate your design, the more cutting you will have to do. And you can also use your digital die cutting machines that are compatible to cut this thickness of vinyl. And I am just creating a geometric design using my permanent marker and just creating some parallel lines on my Clear-Lay. And as a guideline, I am putting crosses in the sections that I want to cut out to avoid making mistakes and cutting out the wrong part of the stencil. So now what I'm doing is, this is sped up ×2, so I am really taking my time, very slowly cutting out the stencil design. If you want, you can use your ruler to help guide you if you're doing straight lines, but do be very careful because my craft knife was very sharp and I did not want to have any accidents. So I'm really taking my time, and I'm doing this on top of a craft mat, a cutting mat, which is self-healing, which really helps with cutting the stencils out. If you want, you can also use a glass mat, which a lot of people have said that it is very useful for when you're doing a lot of cutting. So now I've got my 2-part stencil. I'm just laying it on top of each other just to check that it lines up as well as it can. Now I've got a square card blank here, and because the Clear-Lay is translucent, I can easily line it up with my card blank underneath, just to make sure that it's centered. And I've got some dye inks and some ink blending brushes to apply the first solid layer. You don't necessarily have to use an ink brush. I like the soft effect that I get with the ink blending brush. You could use a sponge as well, or any other ink application tool that you have in your supplies. The acetate sheet, it resists moisture, so the dye ink slides really well off the surface and allows me to get some really soft effects. Now I've got my second layer of stencil, and as you noticed in my video, I was sticking down the stencils with a piece of washi tape just to make sure that it doesn't shift around. And I have secured my washi tape to my surface, my card blank to the surface as well, so that it doesn't move around. And if you wanted to check whether you got complete ink coverage, you don't have to take off the washi tape completely, but just lift it from one corner just to check whether you got ink everywhere where you needed to or needed to add more ink. I also made another stencil, an Easter egg. I just decided to go with a fun zigzag design. Again, I just cut out a geometric shape as I did before with a paper, drew it out on my Clear-Lay with a Sharpie, and then I'm really carefully cutting it out. And to finish off these cards, all you need to do is add a stamped sentiment with a alphabet stamp, and that will be your finished card. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section below. Or for more information, please visit the Grafix website. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks. Bye.